Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to Nigira Techies. This is our React.js tutorial. So part of this video, let me provide some example. It's covering our previous topics, also including this concept of reusable hooks and also a router with parameters. Now let me provide the overview what I actually am going to implement. First, I am going to create one employee listing page. For the data, I'm going to use JSON Server REST API. For fetching the data, I'm going to create one hook. I'm going to make this hook in this reusable manner. Once the listing data are loaded, I'm going to provide one link. So if you are click the link, it will be redirecting our employee detail page. So for handling this redirection for everything, I'm going to use this React router. And once we are in our detail page, we have to load the individual employee information. For that also, I'm going to use the same reusable hook. Okay. Now let me go to the application. Here, already we have this employee detail component. Now I'm going to create one more component for our employee listing. Then I'm going to use this SFC. So our component is ready. So this is the first step. Next I'm going to create our hook. So the hook name is useFetch. So this is also one of the function. Okay. So we are going to use this is the reusable manner. Then we should export it. Okay, we have done the initial changes. And here I'm going to use the use effect hook. And then let me include one callback function. Okay. And also let me include these dependencies. I have included one empty array. That means it will be executed only one time. Then let me use this fetch option. So in this fetch, we supposed to pass our URL. I mean this API URL. So let me take this as the input. So once we have this URL, let me use this then option. Okay, let me return it. So whatever data is coming, let me convert into JSON format. And then I'm going to use one more then. So here only we will get all our records, I mean our data. And the final one is catch for our handling this exception. So this is the initial step. And let me include this URL also here. Now I am going to declare some variables. For declaring this variable, I'm going to use the useState hook. So the first variable name is data, and this function name is data update. Okay. So the initial value should be null only. The similar way, I'm going to create two more variables. The second one is for handling this error. And the final one is for handling our progress bar or else the spinning image. So variable name is loaded and the function name is load change. Okay. So the initial value should be true. And also I'm going to return all the values here. Return. So the first one is data and the second one is error data and the third one is loaded. Fine. Now we have to set the values. For updating the values, we have to use these functions. First, let me take this data update. So basically we will get our data from here only. So data update equal to result. One is done. And the second one is error update. So in this catch section only we will get our error. So response dot message. And once we have this data, then this error update should be null. Let me make this also null. Okay. And then this is loaded. So let me take this load change function. So initial value should be true. So once we have the data, it should be false. Okay. The similar way in this error time also it's not required. So we have done our basic changes, and here I'm going to include some timeout also, then only we know exact response that we already discussed in my one of the video. Anyway, let me include here also. And again this callback function. Okay, great, our hook is ready. Now let me go to our employee listing page. So in this employee listing page, first let me call our hook. So in the hook it is returning this data. So let me define one variable here equal to the created hook is use fetch. Okay, so it should be imported there, and we need to pass the input. So input is nothing but our URL. Currently we don't have any API. So let me execute my JSON server REST API. So JSON server watch db.json, and port number I'm going to use 8000. Okay, this db.json file is created. It has two default methods. So let me go there. Here I'm going to remove this commands and profile section, and then let me change this name into employee, and let me remove this existing object. Currently I am having some data as handymaner, so let me include it. So we have around 4 record. Let me save it. Now our URL is ready. Now let me copy this URL. I'm going to pass in our employee listing component. Okay, we have done, and we need to verify whether it's returning the data or not. So I'm going to include one more console. Okay, we have added. Let me see. Okay, so currently we have these three menus only. Let me include our employee page also. So then we have to include this employee listing component in our routing side. So in this app.js file, we have defined three routes, three main routes. So let me include our employee also here, and our component name is employee listing, and let me include this menu also. So menu is available in this app header. Here we are using this link option. So our menu name is employee. Okay, great. And so let me save it. Okay, here I am getting some issue. So use fetch.cs res is not defined. Okay, here. So the variable should be error. Okay. Okay, see the error got resolved. Now let me go to our employee page. Okay, in this console, we are able to fetch all the records. Now what I'm going to do using this record, let me create one table, and I'm going to bind the data in our table. So in this employee listing, So the table header section and this table body section. Okay, so in the header I'm going to have 5 columns. So the first one is ID, second one is name, third one is date of birth, and the fourth one is salary, and the final one I'm going to use for our action. Here I'm going to include our detail button. Okay, header is ready. Now let me move on our T body. Here already I'm having this list of data, so let me take this one. I'm going to use this map option. So inside that, let me create our tier. So in this tier, I'm going to include this key variable. This key is nothing but our ID. So once it's done, we have to bind all the columns. So let me bind other 4 columns also. A name, then this date of birth, salary, and the final one is a button. So let me include one anchor tag, or else we can use this link. So link control is belongs to this React router DOM. So in this two option, so our route name is, let me copy from our app component. So employee details, and then we have to pass the ID also. Okay, we have done. Let me save it. So before binding this data, we have to do one check. If there is a data, then only we have to make our loop. Otherwise, we have to hold this one. Let me save this one. Okay, item. So this is the object. Okay. Okay, see now all the records are loaded. Okay, the ID is not loaded, but the name is coming. So let me check it. Okay, now it's fine. So its ID is loaded, then name, date of birth, salary, and also this action. So in this link, we have to provide the name details. Okay, we are able to see this link. So when I am clicking this details, so it's redirecting to our employee details page. Okay, again, it's not matching our route. Okay, I'm going to click this is once again. See now it's fine. So employee details and then our ID. So whatever ID is coming, I'm just binding here, right? Let me click this is once again. Now we are able to see this 4, right? So for binding this table, it's taking some time. So in this case, we have to show this progress image and in our employee listing page. So before this table, I'm going to have one more div. Please wait. And the next div. So this div is for showing our error information. And let me make both the divs in this conditional templates. So if this is loaded is true, then only I have to show this please wait message. The similar way, if I'm having any error, then only I have to show this error. Otherwise, it's not required. So let me save it. I'm going to refresh the page once again. See, now you are able to see this, please wait. So once the data is loaded, it gets stopped. Okay, this is loaded. Now let me show this error scenario. So in this URL, I'm just to change the URL, and one more thing, in our use fetch hook side, I'm going to check one condition, rest.ok. So basically it will return true or false. If it is not equal to true, then I'm going to throw new error API call has issue. Okay, see, now we are getting this API call has some issue. Okay, so in this case, this table structure also it's not required. So let me rewrite the condition here. Instead of adding this check here, I'm going to include it's here. See, now we are getting this complete error message only. So now I'm going to give the exact URL. See, now the particular error message gets gone, and also our data are loaded. Still see the please wait message is coming and our data is loaded. Now our next thing is we have to implement our detail page. Okay, so in this detail page is nothing but our emp detail component. Where it is, yeah, this is the page. Here what I'm going to do, the employee name is okay, and then one h3 tag, date of birth is, finally one h4 tag, salary is, so it's here just a template. Then we have to bind the exact value. So as I mentioned, so I'm going to use this same reusable hook here also. So let me copy this one. So then we have to call our use fetch, and then next we have to pass this URL. So already we have passed. So let me take this one. So here we need to pass this employee code also. So the employee code is available here, this ID. Okay. Now let me include this into our console. Let me save it. So we are getting this object. So in this object we can see all the informations. So let me bind everything here. So the first one is name. Okay. And then here I'm going to use an italic tag. So inside I'm going to bind this ID. Let me verify. Yeah, Josh Butler, the ID is 1. So the similar way we can bind all the values. So the next one is DOB, and the final one is salary. So let me save it. So this is our employee page. So here we have to see this individual employee information. Now let me go to the listing page once again. So here all the records are loaded. So let me take this tab on this Johnny Baistro. So if I'm clicking this one, okay, I'm getting some error. Okay, yes, here also we have to apply our conditional template. So let me include one more div, and then we have this conditional variable option. So let me check this data is having any value. So let me format it. Yeah, now it's working fine. So let me save it. So see, we are getting this information. Again, let me go to this employee page, and I am clicking this final record. So we are getting some delay. Why? Because we have included this timer. So we can reduce this time value. I'm going to give just 20. That's enough. Now let me go to the listing once again. So the data are loaded very quickly. So now I'm going to click this the add record. See now, the response is coming very quickly. There is no delay. Okay, great. Now we are in the end of the video. I hope you got some clear idea about this reusable hooks and this router and router with parameters. And still, if you have any doubts or clarification, please post in the comment box, and also please don't forget to subscribe my channel. So in our next video, we can see one of the interesting topic. Thank you. Thanks for watching.